Time to talk about this, the Nintendo Switch. I've only played it for a couple of days so far, but I'll give you my first impressions. First of all, I have not played it a lot like this. I've mostly just played it downstairs on the big television we have, playing Zelda on that, because I want to play Zelda on a big TV. Now, I've tried to play it a little bit on the handheld, but I just want to see Zelda as big as possible. I did download Shovel Knight Treasure Trove on this and played it a little bit on that, but I've played Shovel Knight a lot. But I haven't played the DLC yet, which is why I got Treasure Trove, because I'm actually going to be going to to the beach this weekend with my dad, so having this along the way would be great, and just playing Shovel Knight while going there, that would be actually very ideal. But like I said, I've mainly just played it in docked mode. I haven't really played it handheld a lot. As far as this goes, it plays really well, a lot better than I thought it would. Though I still want the Pro Controller just because it looks fantastic, but this for now is fine. As far as any Joy-Con issues, I have had some issues with the left Joy-Con. It seems to be random, because I tried it, the calibration, like, behind my back and everything, and it still seemed to work. But there were just times at random when I would just stop having control of the left joystick, and I have no idea why I was doing it. But there's a channel called Spawnwave that took apart the Joy-Con, and apparently in the left Joy-Con, the antenna that is supposed to connect to the Switch is like part of the board on the left Joy-Con, where on the right Joy-Con it's like an antenna that's like separate of it. So I'm not sure why they decided to do that with the left Joy-Con. It hasn't happened as often to me as it has other people, but it does seem like it's an issue that does need to be fixed. I will say that when I'm playing up here in this room, I don't really seem to have any issue, but when I'm playing downstairs, I have issues with the left Joy-Con at random times. It doesn't really seem to be like a specific time when it happens. I'm not sure like what I'm doing when I lose control of that left joystick, but it hasn't happened often enough for me to like not enjoy the game. Another issue that people have is scratching the actual Switch itself on the dock. And I don't really think I've scratched it any. I don't really see anything that can be considered a scratch, but I do notice that sometimes it gets little scuffs at the bottom here, but I can easily like wipe those scuffs off. So I haven't really scratched the screen or anything though, or on the plastic here. Like I can see a scuff like right here, but it's barely visible. I can't see it at all unless like I put the light just right on it. So I haven't really scratch the screen, but like I said, I've mainly just been playing it in docked mode. I haven't really played it in handheld, so once I put it in the dock, I don't really take it out, unless I take it out a lot this weekend when I'm at the beach, so yeah. But that's my experience with the Switch itself. I haven't really scratched it yet, so that's good. Now for the Zelda part of this first impressions video, and Zelda, Breath of the Wild is the most non-Zelda Zelda there is. And immediately when it starts, I just knew it was going to be different. And even though I have been playing Zeldas like Link to the Past, Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, Wind Waker, I was playing all through those the past couple of months, it didn't prepare me for how unforgiving this game is. The rules you think that apply to Zelda, throw those out the window, because this is very different. And it's different enough to where I actually do like it a lot. Its focus on exploration and figuring stuff out on your own is very, very welcome. You can sort of guide yourself through the main story by following the main objectives, but exploring the world is the most fun part of it. And there are so many different weapons you can get. I don't think I've even found half of them. There are shrines in this game which are like little mini dungeons, and they're scattered around, as well as these Sheikah towers that map out the area that you're in. And this world in Breath of the Wild is a lot bigger than I ever imagined. When I think something is close, it's actually a lot farther away than I think. And this game has a sort of a collection type feature that reminds me a lot of Metroid Prime and the scanning. And to me, that is welcome. It's completely optional. You don't really have to do it at all. But for me, that's great because I love like collecting things like that in a world. Oh, and the Guardians? The Guardians are freaking terrifying. Those little, those things that you've seen the amiibo of, the big amiibo you can get. I want to get one, but they're actually very terrifying. They like lock onto you once you're in like their peripheral vision, and they just chase after you. It's kind of scary. It's not scary because they chase after you. It's scary because their lasers like one-shot you. So there's a real fear when you're running from them. I don't think I'm that powerful yet to take on one of them, but I'm sure I could try to, but I really don't want to right now. I'm about 12 hours in, and I'm not even to the first main dungeon. I've just been exploring the world a lot. For those of you that were worried that the world in Breath of the Wild would be kinda empty, don't worry. There's a ton of stuff in this world. When I was playing on the Great Plateau, I was kinda doubting whether the game would be as good as everybody was saying it was, but then after I exited that area, I was like, okay, this is a huge, huge game. And you have a lot of freedom in how you play the game, and that's awesome. I can't wait to play more of this, and hopefully I'll have it finished before the month is over, if not next month, and then I'll have a review out. I can just tell that I'm going to love exploring like every single like nook and cranny in this world and trying to complete it. So those are my first impressions on Zelda Breath of the Wild and the Switch itself, and interestingly enough, they're like the same size. The case and the Switch, they're like the exact same size. That's awesome. So if you have a Switch or if you've played Zelda, tell me your first impressions in the comments, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Well, by now we're getting a bit used to winter. We're like soldiers in the middle of a campaign, growing hardened to discomfort and better able to take